Hi, my name is Paul Friedman. The topic is my wife talks badly about me. That's not a good thing. It's a bad thing, and you know it. So let's look at it from a little bit of a different point of view. Let's look at it. Let's pull ourselves out of it. Let's not be the one who's being attacked. Instead, let's try and gain some objectivity so we can come up with a solution that works, so that you're not just complaining, but you're healing things so that it stops. It's no good. Who wants to be having the person whom you love speaking badly about you? That doesn't work for anybody. And she may not even realize just how much it's affecting you. It could be all kinds of things. We don't come at marriage from a psychological point of view. I can list all the things that she could be identified as having. It's not going to help. You don't want to identify the flaw. It's enough to say the flaw is that she's talking bad about you. But let's really take a look at your marriage. Besides that, you can't tell me that everything else is great, that you're having a wonderful marriage, because that one thing is a huge indicator. And the responsibility for having a good marriage, although it falls on both of your shoulders, you're the one who's coming to us and saying, what can I do? So I'm not going to include your wife in the solution. I'm going to give you the ability to heal it all. And think about it this way. Imagine that your marriage, which is alive, is being pulled along by both of you. But right now, if your wife is doing that, she's not doing any pulling. Chances are you're not either. Chances are you got married the way everyone gets married these days, and thinks you just get married, and then everything is supposed to somehow magically work out. But there are two of you, aren't there? There's two of you. So imagine a wagon being pulled by two horses, and you're both just sort of pulling along. And then one horse starts taking some initiative and starts pulling a little bit more. That wagon, let's call it your marriage, is going to start moving in the right direction based on the lead that you as an individual is taking. So in other words, you as an individual can really impact the marriage in a positive way. You can also impact it in a negative way. And some people do that, and your wife is probably doing that right now by talking bad about you. But you could change that by being positive, by being proactive. You can't just start being positive. That's not going to do anything. But you could be proactively positive and start impacting how she sees the marriage, and then she just may start pulling with you. So what does that mean, to be proactive, positively proactive in your marriage? For that, we have to go back to before you got married. Go back to how you behaved when you were the suitor. You were so nice, proactively nice. You made sure that she felt special, unique, loved. You convinced her with your behavior, not just that you were the man for her, but that you would love her for the rest of her life, hold her up. Are you doing that still? No. When was the last time you brought her flowers? When was the last time you complimented her? When was the last time you sneered at her, or gave her a bad look, or ignored her, or didn't want to talk to her, or didn't respond to her when she wanted something? You see, we are in control of ourselves. And we always have a binary choice. We can either do something that's going to benefit ourselves and others, or we're going to do something that's going to negate all of the past good. It'll be detrimental. That's it. Beneficial or detrimental. So in order to be a positive influence into your marriage, you choose to proactively get involved in your marriage again, doing only beneficial and not doing, intentionally avoiding, just like when you were dating, intentionally avoiding anything that could be construed as negative. Now, that is simplistic, isn't it? Honestly, it's also realistic. Unfortunately, it's also like the Ten Commandments. Everyone knows them, pretty much. We know the difference between right and wrong. But we are tempted to do things that are not beneficial. For that reason, the first part of the men's course that we have at the Marriage Foundation is all about learning how to control your mind. Because until you're doing that, until you're breaking the bad habits and installing new positive habits, you're not going to go anywhere. The momentum is just going to carry you in the same direction you have been going, which does not do the trick. Now, what I'm talking about requires a lot of effort. And so many people go, it ain't worth it. Now, the reason why people go, it ain't worth it, or something similar, is because people don't understand how amazing marriage is when you're doing it correctly. It's one of the great problems we have in our society, is that no one really talks about marriage in terms of the benefits that are derived from it when it's properly working. Now, I can use an analogy of some people come across a jetliner. They've never seen one before. Or they've heard of them, but they've never seen one fly. Or they've heard that it flies, but they don't really know what that means. And they're handed a jetliner. They can't even get it off the ground. They don't even know that it goes off the ground. So they live in it. So here you have this jetliner that is an amazing machine, could take you above the clouds. But you camp out in it because you don't know that it can do that. Marriage, education, quote unquote, is the same in our world. There isn't the education that explains what a marriage can do. So I'm going to give you a hint at what it can do. It'll be hard for you to grasp. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be arrogant or condescending. But the experience of marriage is so lofty, so high, that our imagination can't understand it. It would be like trying to explain chocolate cake. Well, let's do it this way. Why did you get married in the first place? And I'm not talking about you thought you met the right woman. I'm talking about why get married at all. The reason why is because we're souls, essentially, and I'm not trying to get religious here, but we're souls. And we have this innate recognition of the joy of being a soul. And we meet our soul mate, and we want to come together as souls and have this extraordinary joy. And how do you get it? By learning how, and this is the key, by learning how to love unconditionally, because you don't know how to do that. It's a very high ideal. Who loves unconditionally? People like Buddha, Moses, Jesus, the great saints who have come, prophets who have come in the world and have demonstrated unconditional love. But for us, it's so remote. Oh, that's them. But we can have that in our marriage. And only making the effort to have that is enough to give us so much joy that it's crazy. I'm speaking from experience, not just intellectually. It can be done. The difference between what you now have and what you can have is unbelievable. So you need to learn how. Now, I've got two ways of teaching you. One way is through my books. Either one lays out marriage. But it's really just sort of lays it out, gives you a lot of good ideas, you know what to do. And there's a chapter on the so technique, on the mind. It's the longest chapter, because you got to learn how to control the mind. There's no getting around that. And then you could move in that direction. Or you could take the supercharged way, which really focuses on learning how to manage your mind, how to control it, and that would be the course for men. There's also a course for women. The people, and we've been doing this for a long time, 20 years I've been at this. The people who take the course, the results are extraordinary. People who read the books, and you could check it out on Amazon. You know, there's reviews all over the place of what we do. Our approach is different, it's unique. And you deserve to have that. So maybe I've gone a little too far into this, but I don't think so. You don't want your wife to talk badly about you, but that you want a lot more than that. You don't want a boring marriage. You want to have what you signed up for, to be happier, literally happier every single day of your life. To feel love, more love than you've ever felt before. And have it, love is cool. It has no boundaries. You know, it's love. It's a spiritual thing. So there are no limits. So you can feel love, more and more love, every single day of your life and be floating. It's that incredible. I'm going to leave you with this, a lot to think about. If you have a comment, leave your comment. Maybe we'll have a discussion. Lately, I've been responding to some of the comments with a little bit of a sense of humor, because some people like to challenge me. It's okay. I get it. And if you want to share this with others, even your wife, because this is pertinent information. And you can also subscribe to these videos, learn a lot about marriage. Trust me, there's a lot of topics that'll help you. Other than that, blessings to you, blessings to your wife, blessings to your family, and take care. God bless. Thank you. Thank you.